finally get to this. So, this is S.O.S. 1995. It applies to 2024, probably more so than it did in 1995. If I was to look back at 1995, I don't know, it didn't seem that bad compared to now, but maybe, I don't know, is what it is. At any rate, here we go. So this is S.O.S. 1995 by Leonard Cohen, not me. Take a long time with your anger, sleepy head. Don't waste it in riots. Don't tangle it with ideas. The devil won't let me speak, and will only let me hint that you are a slave. The misery and deliberate policy of those whose thrall you suffer, who are sustained by your misfortune. The atrocities over there, the interior paralysis over here. Pleased with the better deal, you're clamped down. You're being bred for pain. The devil ties my tongue. I'm speaking to you, friend of my scribbled life. You've been conquered by those who know how to conquer invisibly. The curtains move so beautifully, lace curtains, some sweet old tree. The devil tempting me to turn away from alarming you, so I must say it quickly. Whoever is in your life, those who harm you, those who help you, those whom you know, and those whom you do not know, let them off the hook. Help them off the hook. Recognize the hook. You're listening to Radio Resistance. Alright, I think I said that like Captain Kirk, but alright. Hi. So we're getting into another segment here. Going into the Warriors of Shambhala. And it's important because I feel like there's a lot of passivity, or people feel like your job is to be a passive bump on a log, and that's not really the case at all. Yeah, so there's that. And I don't have much to say anymore, so I'm running out of words. What I do have is a book. So here is the identification of mental quiescence. And I think this diverges from like a lot of, kind of prescribed religions in terms of like you have to do this thing and that thing. And in a way, you do have to kind of do certain things, but you don't pay anybody any money. You don't have to, really even get involved or anything except to sit. And I'll read this to you. As Buddha states in the Elucidation, one sits alone in isolation. One absorbs oneself within. One impresses the mind with well-considered teachings. And one goes on impressing this within the mind continuously, the very mind that is doing the impressing. Entering in this way and repeatedly abiding therein, when physical and mental fluency emerge, it's called mental quiescence. This means that when the mind no longer vacillates but works continuously, naturally abiding with its chosen object, and when the joyous ease of mental and physical fluency is produced, then that samadhi becomes actual mental quiescence. This produced just from holding the mind within, without wavering from its chosen object, and does not require any realization of the thatness of things. In other words, you don't need to know anything, you just gotta sit and be quiet and impress upon your mind. It does not mean that you do this without having any understanding, or without teachings, because people go crazy. Yep. If you want to find a way to go crazy, put yourself in a dark room for weeks on end and see what happens. Unless you know what you're doing. If you know what you're doing and those hallucinations start happening, because they will for just about everybody, then it's time to, you know, quiet my mind. And you can do that. But if you can't do that, then it can be a nightmare for people, for sure. Their own mind, it's a nightmare. But eventually, if you get through it, that mental quiescence that Buddha's talking about is achieved. And I think at that point you can get to the point of discussing non-duality, but we'll do that another time.